is the Nintendo Powercast, episode 332. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2, Crawler. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you.
And Player 3, Johnny Bo. What's happening?
I'm in a good mood. I beat a game today.
Yeah? Tell
I'm
us.
happy. Metroid Dread.
Ooh.
Game of the year for me. Game of the year for me.
That's,
Yes,
that's how I'm sitting.
Yeah. Same. It's the only game I've played this year, so it's easy to be the game of the year.
No, you played the game.
You
that's
beat
on the
two
screen
games
right
this
now.
week.
I know, right? I beat Bowser's Fury. The OLED got me playing handheld quite a bit more, and this was the first one I went to. I started playing some Luigi's Mansion. Like,
I was playing Metroid Dread on the OLED handheld. Oh, it looks so good.
It looks good, but playing that game handheld is rough. But anyway, we'll do a little spoiler-free Metroid talk.
Probably early, and with Josh going out of town, are you back by Monday next week?
Yeah.
So probably early next week, we're gonna do a spoiler cast, I think.
Yeah, hopefully we'll do a spoiler cast on Metroid Dread. So that'll be a ton of fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
There's Metroid and there's Dread in game.
Please don't watch too closely at this gameplay. Like, I literally just got back into this game.
So you're giving me anxiety watching this.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't think I've even. This is late. Oh no, I guess it's not that late.
I 100%ed Bowser's Fury. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So if you're only listening, you're not watching. You're missing out on the high quality gameplay. So just remember that. So, pick up my book, n64josh.com/audible. It's free on Audible through that link, n64josh.com/audible. You want the paperback, n64josh.com/another castle. If you want to make sure your princess doesn't leave your castle, keep the bushes trimmed around the flagpole with Manscaped. Use coupon code N64Josh. Get 20% off and free shipping. Head on over to manscaped.com and use coupon code N64Josh. They've sent the products to us. We all really like them. The Weed Whacker is great for the nose.
I know that's what you were most excited about coming. You're like, I need to get the nose hairs cleaned up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So there you go. Manscaped.com. Use coupon code N64Josh. Save 20% and free shipping. Any ladies that are listening, you can get this. Will make a great Christmas gift. And so just saying. With that, it's been a crazy week in the world of Nintendo, and we're on the wrong side of history now, I think.
I mean, Discord, Twitter, internet, it all melted. YouTube, probably one of the most disliked videos Nintendo's put out, with the pricing announcement snuck in for the N64 expansion pack during the Animal Crossing Direct, and it's sticker shock. It's $50 up from $20. So an increase of $30 for single, $35 to $80 if you are on a family plan. But I think, Josh, you did say they upped it by one member, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
So I mean, you can get it for $10 is what you
jump into the Discord, n64josh.com. We'll set up a family member server. Like, and then
Josh is going to charge you $15.
Yeah, I'll only charge you $15. So you're actually going to save money on a year of Nintendo Switch Online.
And you get the Animal Crossing DLC for free.
Yep.
You get the N64 games, Genesis games. I think this is the one time that we're supposed to be negative, right? Like, this is the one time everybody says we should be negative.
Probably. Apparently in the UK, the prices aren't nearly as high.
What's it?
I mean, conversion rate.
I mean, euros.
Yeah, but I think they went from £20 to £35.
I mean, that's still around $50.
I'm not disagreeing.
It's still around $50.
But listening to them talk about it on Nintendo Life, they were like, "Yeah, it's not really that big of a jump for us compared to what it already was."
And normally they don't get games discounted. Like a $60 game here is €60 or £60 or whatever over there. Mm-hmm. So same thing with Canada. Canada is like 80 Canadian dollars or whatever for their games. So there isn't much of a discount for overseas. I think we definitely usually get the cheapest pricing.
Hey, I just spent $40 on a skin in Pokemon Unite. So
that's a you problem.
$50 is not. Let's stop.
No, but I mean, we have a great conversation about this over on Johnny's YouTube channel, so go check that out for sure. We're still gonna hash it out even more here. Like, we have to remember, this is an online service, right? So I have a feeling a lot of people just view it as, oh, we're only getting 64 games and Sega Genesis games and now Animal Crossing DLC. And if I don't play Animal Crossing DLC, what's the value proposition here? Well, you get to play your games online. Yes, Nintendo is free for a very long time. Yes, $20 was very inexpensive. But at the end of the day, they weren't charging enough. Now, they still are missing features, right? People talk about voice chat and an actual friends list, and it's slowly improved. I mean, you can use the app, which is still just ridiculous and just such a Nintendo thing to do. But
hey, some third parties figured it out.
I could do without friend codes.
Yeah, friend codes and a bigger friends list, like. But it is still a service. It is still a service. And I think part of the reason that we're not all up in arms about it is I've been paying for Xbox Live for 20 years almost.
Yeah, 2004 when I joined Xbox Live.
So I mean,
and now we're paying for Game Pass,
right?
I think we all have Game Pass Ultimate, so we're paying $15 a month.
$15 a month. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, I do understand some people only have one. The Switch is their only console, and maybe due to budget restraints, that's like I don't want to invalidate anybody's.
You don't have to upgrade though, right? You could still pay the $20 or the $35,
right?
And still have access to online. You just won't have access to the N64 games and the DLC. But
it's a rough sale, I think, to parents. Like we grew up and we didn't have online like we were all by the dawn of online gaming. Johnny, I think you're the youngest of the three of us. I was in college, so I had a credit card of my own and was able to pay for Xbox Live without having to ask mom and dad for their credit card. Like that's a big ask. I mean, these kids probably ruin it a lot for themselves by asking for $20 Fortnite skins as well, or
$40 Pokemon Unite skins.
That too, but like having to have something that's not yours and ask your parents and you have to sell them on what this is or why you need it or that you can't play your games if you don't have it. So you got to be a good salesman, I guess, if you want to get the $50 version now, because the $20 version, mom and dad are going to probably see that as being good enough.
You know what's kind of funny? I just saw a TikTok, and it was a guy. He was doing. I forget what the name of the guy who did this, but he does a lot of retro stuff. And back in the day, there were certain games that you needed the DualShock PlayStation controller. I think like Ape Escape. And it was him trying to explain to his parents, like, I need this new controller. And they just didn't understand. And that just reminded me of this. Like, why
they
you have Nintendo Online at home? You have Nintendo Online at home. Why do you need more Nintendo Online?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, the other side of it though is if that was us talking to our parents, but now most parents are our age, they should have a relative understanding of how some of this stuff works. You would think. I mean, I know I have
You know what they say about
siblings.
assuming, right?
Well, I know I have siblings that are like they're such boomers, and I'm like, you guys, I'm the oldest. Why, like, how come you guys don't understand technology, or why, like, what is going on here? So I don't know. We
What
don't
are
want
you
to assume.
doing in this clip, by
We
the
don't want
way?
to assume
Like,
too much. I was trying to. I'm trying to find stuff, and remember, I just started this again, so I'm like,
yeah, that's the problem with Bowser's Fury. If you trying to 100% it, you're doing a lot of just sitting around waiting for Bowser to get angry at you too. Sometimes.
and I was trying to see how I have one head left, and it was the first one. I'm like, this should be the easiest one. I could not find it anywhere. Like, I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm just like, I'm so lost right now. So, yeah, but the I guess I think it's just because we're used to paying for a service, like, and I mean, because we talked about it in that video too, like, because we're Animal Crossing fans, and even if I wasn't a fan, like, almost everybody that's on my 2 family plans is going to be playing Animal Crossing. So I mean, that's saving a
You're saving
bunch
a
of
lot of money.
people on my plan money. It's not necessarily it's not saving me any money, but and so that, I mean, and to me, this doesn't seem like it's going to stop at Animal Crossing.
Man, you suck at this game.
It doesn't seem like it's going to stop at Animal Crossing. Like, I have a feeling they're going to keep
that's part of
adding
the
more
problem.
to it.
That's part of the problem. Like, the way it's set up right now, it looks like it's only going to be Animal Crossing DLC and 64 games and Genesis. They should say, stay tuned for further additions to the service in the future.
Yep. I don't disagree at all. I don't disagree at all. I mean, they could even start grabbing past DLCs. They could grab the Octopath expansion. I think we mentioned that in that video.
Yep.
They could grab some other, but here's the other thing with the Octopath expansion. If I want to play Splatoon, I have to go to my original Switch to play it.
Yeah, they need better ways.
It doesn't have cloud save.
You transfer the save. It's super easy. I made
Johnny,
a video.
Johnny has a video about it.
But wait. I thought Pokemon and
they
Splatoon,
they don't have cloud saves, but you could manually transfer your save for any game. Not just the ones that don't have cloud saves.
Cool. Okay, cool. I had just forgotten that. I thought because they weren't on cloud, and I haven't transferred anything. I just re-download and then just cloud everything.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
but if you want
to
move your Splatoon save from your original Switch to a new one, all you have to do is transfer it manually. It's very quick. It's pretty easy.
Perfect. Okay. Well,
check out Johnny Bo on YouTube.
Yeah.
I made a video about this.
I thought that was just Animal Crossing. I thought that was just which I can't do until I charge my Switch Lite. I have to then say it's no longer the home switch. Then I have to go and turn the home switch on my others.
No, I don't think you have to do. No, that's not how it works. You are completely wrong on how to transfer stuff.
No. Listen, I tried yesterday. I downloaded both the Animal Crossing package deals, right? And as soon as I sign into one, it signs me out of the other Switch because neither of them are set as the home. They're both set as just. You have to be, the way it works is one Switch can be the home Switch, and it does not have to be online. Every other Switch that you sign into, you have to be online to access your stuff. So it kicks you out. If you know a way, tell me. I
agree with you.
Okay, because I was if you know a way, I'm all ears. I
mean, my Switch, when I transferred the island, one of the Switches was
the home Switch,
like the main Switch or whatever. And then
I'm just over here owning one Switch, not knowing what any of you guys are talking about. So
I got 3 Switches now.
Flex. So yeah, we want to know from you. We want to hear from everybody too, though. Like, what do you guys think about the Nintendo Switch Online pricing? Like, if there's anybody in chat right now that has any opinions on it, let us know. We'll throw your your
There's
thoughts
some
up
very
on the.
strong opinions on TikTok for sure.
Oh yeah,
And they are not positive.
yeah, and I mean, I don't. Part of it, anytime I see gamers getting like super angry at stuff, it's just like it's so much become the norm that I'm just like I don't get over it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, like God of War's coming to PC. That was announced yesterday, and PlayStation fanboys are losing their mind about it.
I just don't understand. I don't. It's like they should be excited that the company that they support, like through thick and thin, is going to make more money to then put out more products and hire more teams and buy more studios. And
oh, the thing
like,
they have isn't exclusive to their thing that they own now.
it's just
It
funny because
has
all their
no
arguments
it has
go out
no
the window.
effect on your life. It has like
And the
somebody
thing that
buying the
they own,
PC
and the thing
version.
that they own is digital on a piece of plastic and metal that they don't actually physically own.
It always baffles me on like how these things that have literally no effect on a person's life.
Right.
Like you buy one copy of the game and that's all that really affects you. I guess the
Right.
only thing that would affect you is if it doesn't sell and you really want a sequel, you're upset about not getting a sequel. So if you have more people able to buy a game, then
It's a win.
it's a win. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a win.
Man,
Sony
you are
makes more
really
money.
struggling in this
Oh,
gameplay.
you guys are hilarious. So yeah, and I mean, yeah, I don't see Nintendo making this a thing. I don't see Nintendo bringing games to PC. No,
That would blow up the internet, I think.
yeah.
Or
I mean, I'd be all for it. Like, go for it. Make
Steam Deck becomes the ultimate gameplay
yeah,
item
right?
to have.
Yeah,
and
the
then
ultimate
they have
Switch.
4K upscaling only on PC.
There you go. Just trigger them all, Johnny.
I mean, that's gonna be where that's gonna be the
wait, hold on,
place
hold
to
on.
play Monster Hunter Rise, right?
The games are already on PC.
Oh, are you talking about emulation?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was everybody's favorite thing to go to with the
Yeah.
time to emulate. I'm just like,
One,
have
I'm
fun.
lazy.
Have fun emulating and still not playing Mario Kart 64 online. Like, have at it. You know, you're still not going to have online capabilities. Like, it's not gonna happen. So,
do you not know how to dive down with the with?
I did not until the end of the game. Till the very end of the game, I did not know that.
Do you not know that is not what you're supposed to do there? You did it twice.
If you saw what I did in Dread, you would understand. You would understand what, because I get so stubborn sometimes. I will figure it out. I'll just.
And I think I know where the little last piece of the cat head is in this level for you as well. Is it behind the blocks up on the rotating piece?
Up top?
Yeah.
Well, there was a. I don't know. I think there was one up there. Like I said, it should be right near the beginning. So I don't know. What's up with it.
I just know life this game when it came out. When did this game come out? Was it this
January?
year?
No, like February or January.
Yeah, February. I think it was February.
I came into buying this package like wanting to replay 3D World, which I haven't fully done. I started to play with my son, which is interesting, playing that game with somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we talked about possibly producing a Let's Play segment where we all hate on each other and throw each other off. But yeah, I ended up just wanting to play Bowser's Fury a whole lot more. It's right there in those blocks. Is that where it is?
No, I got that one.
Okay. Bowser's Fury is a fun. What, it's like 5 hours. It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, like 5-6 hours. I 100%.
5 hours to 100%. It's like 2 hours to complete. I think like it's not that long of a expansion. But even if they, speaking of expansions, like maybe they do something like they bring something like this, like Odyssey, and this is included in the expansion pack.
Yeah. Bowser's Fury is still a question mark for me. Like, what is this partial game that is like a tribute to all things Mario, right?
And
you gotta remember it's the
team,
tail
what
end.
team made it?
That I would have to look up, but it was the tail end of the 35th anniversary of Mario, and it definitely celebrates all things Mario, right? I mean, you're seeing a Tanuki suit on screen right now. You saw the boomerang, the fire flower, the cat suit. Like you see elements of sunshine with Bowser Jr. and the paintbrush and the way he paints on things. These the
propeller blocks.
Yeah, they were in like the new Super Mario. Like there's so much here, so it's like why wasn't there more to this? Why, like
it feels like a tech demo. It feels like
it
something that they will expand, that they possibly could expand on. They wanted to see how it was received, probably.
I think it was a proof. It was a proof of concept. I think for somebody trying to sell, wanting to make a game.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of Captain Toad. You know, they had the Captain Toad levels in 3D World, and then
it became
pulled that out and became its own game. So I wonder if they'll do a similar type treatment for Bowser's Fury.
Yeah, it's just weird. It seems like a one and done after you finish it, but you're just like, also, how did he get to this point?
Why is he so angry? Why is he so angry?
But I mean, I loved all the premise of it. Like the way it changes, you're dealing with this stuff here. He's unlocking things when he shows up with his fire. Like there's so much to it. So the development team was, let's see here. I believe it was EAD and EDP, the two different. Bowser's Fury was co-developed with 1UP Studio and Nintendo Software Technology. So let's see. In 1UP Studio, formerly Brownie Brown Co., is a Japanese video game developer founded in June 30th, 2000 in Tokyo, Japan. A subsidiary of Nintendo. On February 1st, 2013, the company announced that due to their recent co-development efforts with Nintendo, they were undergoing I can't scroll any further. So anyway, that's yeah. So again, it was like, hey, try this out and let's see if you guys can make a full-on Mario game. What's the Odyssey team doing? Are they the Odyssey team? Let me take a quick look. Like,
I don't think
EAD is the Odyssey team, isn't it? I think EAD is.
Well, yeah, well, and because this is using that engine, right?
The Odyssey engine, I believe it is. Yeah, because you can still roll and stuff, right? Or I believe so anyway. So, yeah. It's just so funny. We're talking about this game from February right now, but I mean,
we had such a ton of news happen this past week, and we're like, let's talk about Mario 3D World.
Yeah. Right.
So I mean, oh hey, you learned to dive right there.
Well, because it said to press Y. I read that. I read it.
You read in a game?
Yeah, I know, crazy. And then I was like, yes, I'm gonna get another one. And then nope, I had already gotten it. It's like, oh, God. So
I mean, going back to the whole expansion pack stuff, I kind of wish that we saw more than just a flash of stuff that's coming in the future. I wish Nintendo maybe could have been more forefront with like, hey, any first party game, like that way we could guarantee that like Wave Race was gonna be there, or like the entire suite from Rare. Like we went out and got that for you. So Jet Force Gemini and Blast Core and Perfect Dark and all sorts of stuff like that would have gotten people talking, I think.
Look,
biggest get, if they could just have said it outright, nobody would be questioning the price, I think, is if they said GoldenEye.
Right. Yeah. If GoldenEye is a reality, which I mean, it seems so unlikely, but if that is a reality, that's why it's so expensive.
They got to pay a ton of people for that.
No, they're recouping the cost of Sora. You know, they gotta pay Daddy Disney.
Yeah, and I mean, the other thing is we know Nintendo has worked with TurboGrafx 16 and other classic consoles back on like the Wii days. So there's the potential for more classic games just making their way. And I think we mentioned it in the video too, but like there's still development time that goes into the netcode for these games. I'm sure
especially
it's
to put
not
online.
Yeah, because it just makes couch co-op seamless for online play, which is pretty cool.
And I'm sure, like, it may not be like as extensive as some games, but it's still something. There's still labor going into it, so somebody has to get paid for that. So I don't know. The end of the day, I'm not like,
we're not all torn up about it.
No,
we joked about it, all three of us, during that video on Johnny's channel. But like, ambassadorship could be on the table here if Nintendo actually backpedals. Which
you get GoldenEye for being an ambassador. So buy in early, just in case GoldenEye is an ambassador game.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the other thing we said too is like, everybody's upset about the price, but then everybody's buying 64 controllers to the point that they're selling out.
Yeah, they're sold out.
That's like, some of it just
there's somebody buying 4 of them, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who would buy 4?
I did.
I mean, at least you have 4 Switches.
Johnny was crazy enough to buy the 3-button garbage. So
I bought the Genesis.
I might eventually. I don't plan on that. I don't think that one's going to sell out. And it depend. I have some fond memories playing Sega with my bro as a kid. So
the only reason that's worthwhile is for the memes, that it's a Genesis branded controller with Nintendo on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So next week we'll have impressions of the service, right? Because I think it comes out.
We'll probably be playing while we'll be blowing each other up in Star Fox or something.
Yeah, well, that'll be our B-roll will be 64 games. So I think it's the 25th, I believe. So
we're only a few days out now.
Yeah, just a couple days. So we'll have impressions there, and I lost my train of thought on the last thing I was going to say about the Nintendo Switch on. Oh, I remember. There was similar backlash to the initial price of $20 a year.
Well, it's because people were upset because they'd been getting it for free.
I also, I think a lot of this has to do with it. It's not. It wouldn't matter how much this was going to cost. If it was going to be $10 more, if it was going to be $5 more, if it was going to be $50 more, like people would have been mad just because they don't want to pay more. For sure, and it. I mean, I think the Animal Crossing DLC is an indicator that there is more. There's more value on its way. But tell us, Nintendo. Like, you have 80,000. What was the ratio? 16,000 likes to 80,000 dislikes.
That was on Monday.
But even that 80,000 is nothing. Like, it's nothing when you're talking about millions of subscribers. 80,000 is just the typical Reddit, Twitter users that are pissed off every morning at something in gaming.
That probably probably aren't even subscribers of Nintendo Switch Online in the first place. Like, they're probably
very possible. It's very possible that they're
the ones emulating these games anyway. So like who cares?
Yeah,
it is up to 88,000 dislikes.
Yeah, but again, I mean, it's a drop in the bucket when you're talking about millions of subscribers.
Yeah, it's not Call of Duty's most. Wasn't that Call of Duty that had like the most disliked video?
I think that and Battlefront.
Just don't buy a Fortnite skin for a week.
And then you can get the Nintendo Switch Online.
Switch Online.
There you go. Well, for me, I just updated. I just paid up, at least on one of them. So that'll be retro. That'll be
I think anybody that was on day one, we all got our reminders.
Yeah, we'll probably pay like $30, or I guess
prorated
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if it'll be a prorated 30.
They
It's probably gonna be like,
they said it's based on how much you've already used of your current membership. So I think they literally are counting down the days.
It'll be a little bit less then.
Yeah. So Animal Crossing Direct also dropped. Tons of news there. A lot of the comments on that video are very positive. That video has like over 250,000 views. It has a ton of likes. And the comments are fantastic from like, yo, my mom already has 1,000 hours in this game and she's gonna, I'm afraid for her health now. I don't know if she's gonna do anything but play Animal Crossing. Like everybody in my household has been playing Animal Crossing again. Like there's hype there. There's hype with this game. And so it's all coming out like November 5th, which is also crazy that we're getting it that quickly.
Yeah, we got it super quick.
I mean, Nintendo really acted fast, especially during COVID, to get this DLC out. Like, and granted, maybe there was stuff that was already in and they just hadn't unlocked it yet, right? Like 4K and everything.
Unfinished game.
Right.
I've only played 1,000 hours, but this game's unfinished.
Well, no, we went into detail on a video on my channel on YouTube, and like, can you imagine getting AC for Christmas this year and having
a lot
Nintendo Switch online?
There's just a lot of stuff to do. Yeah,
I have my son's girlfriend is playing through, and she just started over because she's like, I just don't even remember what all the things I'm supposed to do, and that game can be a little bit overwhelming because you have to remember they were drip feeding content to us when we first started. It was like,
there's stuff I haven't done yet, even in the free stuff.
You couldn't go swimming when the game started.
Yeah.
Right? Like that ended up being something they announced for the summer, which was kind of cool because you're not
Red
going
came
swimming.
in late. Red came in later too.
Yeah, which I'm glad there's a way that you can lock him down and go figure out his painting stuff.
Yeah, you got to chain him to Harv's Island, you know?
Yeah. I wish I had a use for Red.
I was at Target today, and
people gave you paintings. We get it. We get it. And they gave you the robots as well. Like,
I hope they gave you all fake paintings.
No, my museum is full.
Jeez, that's not how you're supposed to play this game, bro.
What are you the gatekeeper now? Like, I don't understand.
But
Josh tried to talk me into New Leaf, and he just gave me $1 million bells. He goes, "Hey, have fun."
I went to Target today, and they had the Sanrio Animal Crossing cards.
Yeah, we found them this weekend too. We found 2 packs. So, but remember, if you don't time travel, it's going to take you It's going to take you a week to get all that stuff unlocked.
I was so adamant against time traveling back when this game came out. But like once I was done with everything, I didn't feel like waiting for a lot of stuff.
I time traveled to rearrange my island, but it's a time consuming thing just to do all that.
It is, yeah.
I wonder if there's
especially because the game takes so long to load into some of that stuff.
I wonder if there's gonna be an ordinance for like speeding up construction or something.
I didn't read through them real closely to see what each
there
one
was
does,
early bird, night owl.
Probably like clean.
There's usually like a beautiful ordinance.
Yeah.
So
does that just mean they clean up the weeds and stuff for you?
Yeah, so you don't have to deal with the weeds.
The
early bird, I think everything's open early.
With weeds anyway, so
yeah, this one's not too bad.
The past games, if you didn't have that on, your island was trash when you came back.
Josh has a no running ordinance in his.
You know what I noticed in their their video, they use the weeds as like decoration.
Oh yeah,
Josh uses weeds for decoration in his campsite.
Doesn't that hurt your?
Only if you have too many.
Okay.
Yeah, you can have a certain amount before it messes stuff up. So that's good. Wait a minute, those cats are playing with a ball. I wonder if that's the last cat head I need. Wonder what that ball is doing.
Did you like walk around the cats when you're in a cat suit?
I don't think so.
They follow you around. It's pretty adorable.
Maybe the first time I played, but not the second playthrough.
They like rub up against you, and it's adorable.
Oh, well, I know what I'm doing tonight. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, it seems like the Animal Crossing DLC is pretty solid. You know, I have seen some complaints that people are saying it's just Happy Home Designer, but for some people that loved Happy Home Designer, that's great. You know, for me, I'm
Did
like,
either of you play that?
I did not. That's not that I didn't have any interest in it whatsoever. But I think I own at least 3 copies of that game because the wife and my 2 daughters, like, they loved it. So
I actually like that version because it's more confined. You know, when I'm out in my island trying to figure out what I want to design, it's a little bit overwhelming. But trying to design for, you know, a villager where they tell you kind of what they want, it's more relaxing and it's more satisfying.
Yeah, I'm hoping the outside designer that you get on the work island that you go to for Happy Home stuff, I hope, and you get the ability to do the inside like you do at your job at home after you've done so many designs. I hope the outside designer, because there is some outside element designing that they had, like a God mode kind of quick adjustment camera design mode. I hope they bring that back to the main island too, because I would like to utilize that for my home island.
Now, if you stop subscribing to the expansion pack, if you get it through expansion pack, do you lose those abilities on your main island that you learned through the expansion pass, or do you get to keep them?
I would assume you lose the ability, but you won't lose your progress if you re-up it. I think I had seen some people in Discord kind of upset. They're like, "You'll lose everything if you stop subscribing." It's like I don't think they'll take away like there.
You'll still have the save data. So
Yeah,
it's kind of like
it's not like what was the first
Resident
game you get?
Resident Evil 7 if you stop paying for cloud.
Yeah, Capcom was like, yeah, you get 6 months if you stop paying us, and then we delete your crap.
Then your save file's gone. Yeah, it's that's something they're going to have to address a little bit more in detail, and their website may go into it. You know, we haven't. I think I saw some tweets and stuff, but again, it's just
they're
like
honestly probably seeing they're probably trying to get some feedback. They want to know how this is going over.
Sure,
and they're trying to damage control right now. So
that's what we assume, right? But I wonder from their end if they're just like, oh yeah, Reddit's pissed, Twitter's pissed, but
they'll buy it.
They're still gonna buy it. You know,
they're trying to look through all of the money piled up through their through their eyeballs.
Yeah,
like I can't see the hate comments. I can't see Twitter. I can't see Reddit.
Pool of money.
Yeah. And the other thing is remember how pissed everybody was about Star Wars Battlefront 2? That game was still the top selling game for the month it came out. Like,
but they did change it.
They did, but there was so much backlash, and like it really didn't affect anything. Just people screaming into the void. You know what I mean? They made the change, but it didn't affect the overall sales. Which if you read a lot of the comments, it was, I'm not buying this game. I'm not buying this game. I'm not buying this game. Everybody still bought the game. Like, they still bought it.
And then they gave it away free multiple times.
Yeah,
because
years later,
if 80,000 of them didn't buy it, it's like that's still insignificant to the power of the Force. No, to the to the amount of the overall sales. Like 80,000 seems like a lot, right? But when you're talking about millions of sales,
80,000
it's a small percentage.
30 million for Animal Crossing.
Yeah. I mean,
or 90 million for Switch total.
Right. Yeah, and we're gonna have numbers. I don't think we'll have. I don't know if we'll have the new NSO numbers yet, but maybe.
And the biggest thing you can look at this, which I think the reason why we're all not super upset, is if you if you were wanting to get the 64 games and or Genesis games, whatever excites you the most out of that, you were planning on paying at least probably $10 more once Nintendo prepped us that it was going to be more money. And then after that, if you're a Animal Crossing fan, you were going to buy this DLC at $25 a pop.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the biggest, most vocal upset group is people that wanted to buy the 64 games that aren't maybe necessarily the biggest Animal Crossing fans. And they don't see the value proposition because in our minds, we're getting Nintendo Switch Online 64 stuff for $5 extra. That's kind of what it is. We're going to keep paying for it well after a year, but you're probably going to get the most you're going to get out of this DLC for Animal Crossing in the 1 year. Like, and you don't need to necessarily go back to it if you don't want it, cancel it, but it's there.
Well, we talked about it on Press Pause last night. It's like, if this increase in price now allows them to go after some of the bigger licensed games on Super Nintendo and NES, Ninja Turtles, I'm looking at you. Maybe some of the like Spider-Man Maximum Carnage. There's other I saw. I don't know if I can't remember if it's any good, but the Death of Superman with Doomsday's fist coming through the
Superman 64.
No, stop. I intentionally didn't bring that one up. There's nobody wants to spend money on
there's
that
some
game.
gold rings I want to fly through. Okay.
Oh my gosh. So, but I mean, there's been a vocal outcry of the crap that's been on Nintendo Switch Online.
If they would have said, "Hey, we have more to come," I don't think it would have been as big of a backlash.
I don't think I disagree with you, but I also that's the thing about this, right? It's still just people trying to figure out the best way to get people excited about their product and get them to spend money, right? Like at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. They're also a Japanese company, so they have a little bit different mindset going into certain things. I think they have no problem like puffing their chest and just being like, "Yo, we're Nintendo, pay for it," like that's the brand, we've built it. And I don't know, we win when they make money, we still win, right? Because they make more games.
More stuff.
Yeah, and they get they do crazy stuff. I mean, we're looking at Bowser's Fury right now. Like, what even is that? Like they included DLC with an HD remake. So that's kind of crazy. What they need to do, I think, we've talked about it, is get the NES remix on this right away. Like, just throw the NES remix right into Nintendo Switch Online. It's a Wii U title that has leaderboards. There's a social aspect. People could have fun with it, and it's crazy playing Mario, like Super Mario Brothers, and it's snowing and raining and the wind's blowing sideways, and you're like trying to beat the time. Like, they're a lot of fun. So there are some things they can do. My question to you guys: if Nintendo backtracks, do they lower the price $15 and take the Animal Crossing DLC and any future DLC out, or and then make three? Will they make 3 packages, or do they just lower it overall and just say, "Oh, we decided it was too much"?
I mean, the history of Nintendo actually backtracking is the ambassadorship for the 3DS. And that was,
the history goes back all the way to the NES, when they were in court told, "Hey, you guys," I can't remember the exact situation, but it was something along the lines of, "You need to allow returns on games that aren't any good." And they were like, "Okay, we'll send out a $5 coupon to all of our existing customers." And so that's what they did.
Is that what started? Is that what started quality seal of approval, or
that was in place initially because of the just the amount of games that were on the market that were like on the Atari and everything that shut down the
that were just crap carts and
that popped the bubble. So
yeah, well, because developers had to buy the cartridges from Nintendo.
Correct.
Which is why they were so expensive.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, still hasn't changed.
Nope.
So I don't think they're gonna backtrack at all. I think they're gonna leave it as is.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Because the difference between this and say the 3DS ambassadorship is 3DS was bombing. Like it was not selling.
It was overpriced for what it was. I didn't buy one for the longest time.
So they needed a way to sell it, but the Switch is probably going to be one of the best selling.
Yeah, it's their second best selling console of all time, and it's on track to become their best seller. It's nipping at, not nipping at the heels, but in 4 years or whatever it's been, it's already at 82 million, right?
I think it's like 90.
Well, we're gonna get new financials here next week or in a week and a half, so we'll know. But like, what we is sitting at like what 102 million or something like that, I think.
Yeah,
I
guess
they can definitely get there.
DS is like 150
DS
million.
family,
yeah.
I mean, I like the idea of Johnny's ambassadorship of us getting GoldenEye, just to big ol' F you to everybody that didn't want to believe him.
But
that
you think the internet's mad now?
That just hurts us not having extra people to play with, though.
Right,
in the long run.
They can still buy it. They can still buy it separately.
But I mean, that's also another thing. Like we haven't talked about. Like people complain about Virtual Console having to buy stuff multiple times over and over again, and then Nintendo comes out with a way, albeit kind of weak, and they're choosing what we get to play, but they're giving us a way that's baked in to play some of these classic games. So we didn't have to buy on the Switch, we didn't have to buy Mario 3 for the 13th time or Super Mario World for the 8th time or something like that. Like we've all bought it. I bought it on Wii and then transferred it over to my Wii U. I bought it on
for $1.
Yeah, you did have to pay some money to get it over your Wii.
You could leave it. You could leave it. All right, so we figured this.
Oh yeah. You could leave it on the Wii menu, right?
I figured this out too late. The other day, I was on the Wii U eShop. I was buying some stuff, and I saw 1080 snowboarding was $2 and it's normally $10. I'm like, oh man, it's on sale. But I owned it. It was not on sale. I owned it on the Wii, and then you get a discount. I paid $2 to upgrade
on a game that probably will come to Switch Online.
That I could have just gone to the Wii menu, and played it through that. Somebody in my comment section on one of my videos said, "Oh, the Virtual Console was such a better, like, executed and better thing to do." And I'm like, "Was it really? You had to, rebuy everything every single time, and now
rebuy everything, and it was a choose your own adventure kind of thing." Versus...
And now you're just sitting on all these games that you can't, like, you're not gonna have the Wii hooked up forever. You're not gonna have your Wii U hooked up forever. So they're just sitting on these consoles that you won't have access to.
But this leaves a good question: what happens to Animal Crossing when the Switch online service is getting turned off, and you still have people that want to play? Is Nintendo going to grandfather people in with any of the DLC that they purchased for Nintendo Switch Online, or do they?
It's like 10 years down the line.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not.
That's a long time.
Switch Pro, Switch Pro,
and I'm assuming
Plus,
the next one is backwards compatible.
They're in the long haul, I think, to possibly beat PlayStation. like if they can keep the family quote unquote going, and not actually do a Switch 2.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
just looking at their track record. That's all. Like, we can no longer get any of the things we downloaded on the Wii or the DS. That stuff's gone.
true.
And it's not going to be too long before the 3DS and the Wii U, that stuff's gone. And then when your system dies, you lose all those digital games. They're done. They're gone.
Which is how it is right now.
I mean, that's how all of the platforms are.
I mean,
Xbox is getting away from that. But
PlayStation had to backtrack on shutting down their PS3 and Vita shops.
I mean, there is something to be said for, I was telling a coworker,
let me upgrade it for $1. It's fine. It's fine.
I was telling a coworker today, I was like, the Switch is, and we've talked about this multiple times. The Switch has become a great video game conservation kind of machine, albeit not the cheapest way to do it or the most inclusive, but it's bringing back a lot of games that people do want to see. Konami's been doing a few things with Castlevania and Contra and some of those games, and then we have probably the most robust Mario game set probably available on across the years, because we have Mario
all of
1,
them except
1,
for
2,
Odyssey
1, 2, 3 World.
I think we're just missing Galaxy and the Game Boy stuff.
No, I think you're just missing Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2, I mean, but yeah, that's
and the Game Boy stuff. And that you would, I think that has to be coming, right? That's going to be a part of the expansion pack, because there's already, there's been rumors.
And people are talking like Dreamcast and other stuff too, and they're like, they're going to raise the cost, but like, if they already paid money to Sega, then we're going to get Dreamcast stuff. I would hope eventually.
The other question I'm kind of wondering about too is like, what if, and I'll get into the, I'll kind of dig into it this weekend. I'm taking the weekend off, but I'm curious about the whole Nintendo Switch Online thing and how, like, what are some of the details of this? Like, do we own the DLC or do we lose it? Like,
I bet it's, I don't think we own it.
That I could see they backtrack on. I could see them be like, hey, if you bought the Nintendo Switch Online expansion
the license gets given to you,
and then you just have that license, but for only for Animal Crossing, and then like anything moving forward is if you have to have the expansion pack.
Well, and the other thing right now is there's no short-term option. It is a year. It's all or nothing. It's a year or nothing. The other options for Switch Online have the month by month or the 3 month. So I guess I could see them giving the license because you have to commit to the year. I mean, I don't know.
So here's what it is. They had an interview afterwards, and it says Nintendo's cleared this up, confirming that players will still have access to some features, saying players can still continue to access certain things that they unlocked in Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise on their main island, including adding counters, partition walls, as well as adding ambient lighting and soundscapes, even if their access to Animal Crossing New Horizons Happy Home Paradise is suspended.
So once you get it on your island,
and then it says, however, it will not be possible to visit the I gotta make sure it's arpeggio. Is that how you say it? Archipelago. There we go. And if players
we're grown men,
hey,
we're educated.
My brain is so spent right now that I'm just like, I don't even want to try to sound words out. Like, my brain is fried. So, if players lose access to the DLC to be able to visit the archipelago and take on requests of designing vacation homes again, you will need to purchase the DLC separately or renew the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack membership. So, So there you go.
So if you do enough and you complete what you want with that, and your Nintendo Switch Online, cancel your membership, and then you have your license, quote unquote, or whatever it is that they in universe call it, and you can do stuff on your island.
Which to me, if that's your route, why even have like if you I don't know. Nintendo's kind of got you. Like, if you're gonna pay for the Nintendo Switch Online anyway, but just pay for the cheaper one and buy the DLC so you always have it. I mean,
you could say the same thing about PlayStation and Xbox. I mean, they've backpedaled a little bit. PlayStation kind of shined a light on Xbox, and Xbox is then now backtracked a little bit with Fortnite and Apex and some of these other free-to-play games.
Yeah,
they were truly free on PlayStation. You didn't have to have a PS Plus membership to access it, but you did on certain games on Xbox. And when I think Switch and PlayStation players kind of brought that to Xbox's attention, and I think in light of Xbox trying to increase the price of Xbox Live in order to force more people into the Ultimate situation with Game Pass, people kind of called them out on it, and they backtracked and started making sure that the free games were truly free. So I mean, but if you want to play any of their premium games, I don't even know if we know. We're on a Halo podcast, we probably should know this. If on Xbox, if you're going to be able to play Halo without Xbox Live,
without gold.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a free game, so
it is on PC. You can, but yeah, I mean, it costs money to run these servers. I don't know if they're running them through Amazon or Google, or if I don't think a lot of them are.
The hamster wheels. The hamsters need food. You know,
they do
for Nintendo servers. You know,
the
got those 20
free.
Hamsters. They're.
You know what? The hamsters fall off the wheel sometimes, especially playing Smash.
Smash is a little rough.
But get the Rise hamsters doing more work, and we'll be in good shape. I mean,
that's one of the big arguments that everybody is having right now. They're like, well, it's a subpar online service, and it looks like this new expansion pack isn't offering anything better. And I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming they've been trying to work on upgrading their online services.
And we've seen the benefit of that with Monster Hunter Rise. I think it is better. I wish they would integrate that into Smash.
Yeah, for sure. That would be amazing.
Put that rollback in there.
Also, apparently Nintendo told IGN that there will not be any more major updates for Animal Crossing. But at the same time, have they ever announced to a news outlet right after a major announcement that there's going to be more to come? Like,
no, I mean same thing. Why they're trying to shut down the 4K stuff, because they're trying to sell OLEDs right now.
I hate those stupid articles. I hate them. They are like, oh, Nintendo says there's not a Switch Pro in development. Like, yeah,
right.
They
said there wasn't a Switch Lite. They said
there wasn't
E3 is only going to have games coming out this year, and then it announced Splatoon 3 coming out 2 years later. Like,
they said online was always going to be free. Never mind.
Didn't they say there would be no 2D version of the 3D, and then the next day the 2DS was announced?
I believe
something like that.
That's why it's just
deny up until the last second, and then
because you can't tell me if 20 million new memberships sign up for this to get the Animal Crossing DLC that they're not going to make more. Like, they're still selling Mario Kart 8.
Sell it separately. Even sold separately,
yeah, exactly. Like, between the two, I just can't see them. I think the initial sales for Animal Crossing caught them off guard, and
it became Second Life is what it became.
I wonder. So they had to choose. I mean, they had to choose a game to do this for, right? To try to sell.
To try to sell the DLC pack in.
Try to sell the expansion pack and sell the DLC. So they probably know the numbers of Animal Crossing that people still play online. It's probably a lot higher than we all think it is, because
that's what I've been saying the whole time, that the attach rate to Nintendo Switch Online and Animal Crossing, I mean, I can remember when the game first dropped and then people were like, yo, how do I visit people? And it's like, you got to have this, like I can remember the comments on YouTube and
I'm sure it's higher than people still online playing, like racing on the regular Mario Kart, which is the highest attach rate. I bet there's more people logging in.
That's the highest. That's the highest attach rate to the Switch. Yes, I'm talking the highest attach rate to the Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's more people that utilize online for the game. In Animal Crossing than Mario Kart.
And probably the Family Pass is probably sold like gangbusters too, because so many people were like, yo, we can connect like this. And we could be on the verge of another, like, we're getting into the winter months, and so who knows, we could have another shelter in place, or some crazy stuff.
Shut your mouth.
I don't want it. I'm just saying it's the potential's there. And I know, because things went crazy in Australia when they hit winter, so it we could find out this in early November that Animal Crossing has surpassed Mario Kart.
It probably will with this DLC.
Is that almost blasphemy? Like,
no, not at all. Like, I'm all about it. Like,
I'm amazed that Odyssey and other games are not as high in sales as you would think they would be. With I don't know.
I think games like Animal Crossing and Mario Kart, they're more, I don't want to say for the casual player, but Mario is a household name and it will always sell gangbusters, but there's something different with the Nintendo like party games. Like, who expected Mario or Super Mario Party to sell 15 million copies?
This new one's going to sell better, I think.
Potentially, yeah. And the other thing with Mario Kart is it does have that online aspect. You can continue racing forever. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and just 8 too are so accessible to little kids, because you can turn on the Crawler, you could literally race all of your children right now and they could all finish, and you wouldn't have to sit and wait for them like it was in past games where it was just obnoxious. You're like, they want to play, but they have to finish.
They'll still be upset they lose, but
trial by fire.
They'll get there.
They got to learn. And so the Odyssey was a one and done for a lot of people. GameStop probably has pretty good sales of Odyssey from people trading in the cart,
Mm-hmm.
Like those single player games, even Breath of the Wild potentially could have decent sales at GameStop because of trade-ins, and that is going to affect the overall numbers. That's just the way it is. So
because Nintendo doesn't report on that secondary sale.
No, they don't. They have no. They have no part of it.
About it.
It's they gotta just love it, But it's just, that's the GameStop's just essentially a pawn shop. When I didn't even mention it on here, but I found a Game Boy 1989 in the box with the manuals, really clean screen, right next to it, OLED, $446. It's at a retro game shop that, like, they're just like, we don't care what retail is. We're essentially our own scalpers now. You know what I mean? Just like, okay, fair, I guess. But they also had, the craziest thing is they had stacks of the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 controller and the Smash controller.
I saw that, but they were selling them for $100 too. Like,
but it might be worth it. Like, that's only
the Xenoblade controller
$20 over retail. Like, it wasn't that much over retail.
Yeah, Xenoblade controllers, I think, worth at least $120.
If it was a Splatoon one, I would probably get it. if it was a Splatoon.
You can get the Splatoon one on PlayAsia, I think, still for decent price. You just got to wait for it to get imported.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they release another one for Splatoon 3, but
here's what I'll say to wrap this show up. The OLED has got me super pumped to play the Switch again. I've been playing through golf again. I have one course left to unlock. The adventure mode, I do not have good things to say about the adventure mode in golf. Like,
I don't think a lot of people have good things to say about golf, the golf in general. Like, I don't think there's a lot of. I think we've had fun with it.
We have, but you know what?
The best use of that game is social. The adventure is crap. I mean,
so get Nintendo Switch Online. If you
but I'm warning. I'm going to tease this right now. We are going to do like a history of Mario Golfs, and we're going to go through and like I'll bring them up on screen, and we'll just kind of give our commentary on them and kind of compare them how they've been through the years, because we can look at 64, we can look at the GameCube. We can't look at the 3DS. I think
there's
that's
screenshots and video we can pull up. Probably.
We could do Game Boy Color. I think it may be on Wii U. I'd have to check, but I'm hoping to have a Game Boy player for my GameCube at some point, so we could do it that way. But I want to just kind of look at them and compare them and be like, what did they do right here? You know, because I know a lot of the complaints. I've heard Crawler say it. He's like, it's not Nintendo enough. These courses don't seem quite Nintendo enough, but that's par for the course, and that wasn't even meant to be like a pun. But for Mario Golf games, so but the thing that excites me the most is that we saw tennis, we saw golf. Those to me are clear indicators that Nintendo is healthy, because we're getting games that are not massive sellers that are gonna do, they're gonna move millions of copies, but they're not gonna move.
Was on the Wii
U. Yeah. But we haven't had a golf, and I'm hoping that means we could potentially see a soccer, because Strikers is one of the best. Talking about party games, if we could do Strikers, 8 people, 4v4, I mean, game over. I can't remember how
it's on the Wii U. It's on the Wii U. You get it. You buy
the Wii version.
Yeah, the Wii version.
Yeah, I'm talking the GameCube version. That's the one that I've played, and it is pure gold. Like pure gold. Sitting in Andre's apartment playing that in person with somebody, so much fun. Like so much fun. It was like being kids again. Like you wanted to start punching people in the shoulder and stuff, because you're just like, come on, I want to score. Waluigi's doing the wrestling moves. Remember how he would chop? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, he'd do the I think it's DMX, right? It's a family friendly show.
I know, that's why I'm trying to keep it there. So yeah, he
indicated towards a certain area of his body.
He did. It was very not Nintendo. So very.
That's why
they're punishing him for. That's how they're punishing him. He doesn't get in Smash.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I hope it leads to a Strikers, baseball, so on and so forth. Like,
yeah. I mean, this was supposed to be the year of sports games, and we didn't really get it. So next year, always next year.
At least we're seeing consistent sports games, tennis, golf.
Yeah, Camelot needs to step it up though a little bit.
Yeah, I want to compare them. So
they didn't make the.
They made aces in
baseball games.
Yeah, but they made aces and
yeah. I'm just saying. I think.
But they also they made World Tour, and they made.
What's the Luigi's Mansion team doing? That's who made Strikers.
Yeah. That's the Strikers team.
So how long has it been? It's been 2 years now.
3 years, I think.
October. This month will be 2 years, right, on Luigi's Mansion. So next year we should see something.
Next Level Games.
Yeah,
that's who made it. So there you go. Well, this has been fun. I didn't realize the B-roll had stopped because we went over an hour. But pumped about the Switch. Beat Dread. We're gonna do a spoiler cast next week on that one. So
you're raging at playing against Soras. I'm trying to learn how to play Sora.
Yeah, Josh and I have, all three of us have been playing a lot more Smash lately.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think Smash Bros. Cast, we haven't had a official show in a little bit, so we'll probably get one out here. I don't know. Are you leaving tomorrow, Josh?
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow. We have a tournament this next weekend though, the 30th.
Next weekend. Yeah,
30th.
so probably
$125 for first place. So n64josh.com/smash.
Yeah, we got to work on promoting that in the first.
And I got a Mario Kart 8 charity tournament this weekend.
That's right. That's
right. Johnny's got money going out the door.
Yeah, it's $50 to the winner.
Bring on the Wigglers.
For second place, and 10 for third.
Bring out the Wigglers.
I have like 20 people signed up so far, so it's not like that. It won't be that difficult to win. You know, I'm just saying.
I might have to look at it.
Do it. Yeah. Do it. I'm going to be out of town with probably not the best internet, so I could try to do hotspot internet, but
you got to talk to your dad about getting better internet with Kevin. There.
It's not. It doesn't really.
It's not
exist.
worth it. Probably. It doesn't exist.
Not really. The fastest you can get is like 10 down, 3 up. I think so. My phone is much faster. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode of the Nintendo Powercast. Thank you everybody for hanging out, and we will see you in the next one. Bye now.